What is dietary fiber? Dietary fiber is indigestible plant material from the foods you eat. Indigestible means it cannot be broken down or digested by your body. Dietary fiber passes through your digestive system, and although it's not a nutrient, it's an essential part of your diet. It's a type of complex carbohydrate. Complex carbohydrates that contain dietary fiber are all plant-based. There are two types of dietary fiber, soluble and insoluble. The functions of fiber, I think we're all pretty familiar with the idea that it enhances digestion and elimination. It also reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes, colon cancer, and obesity. And we'll explain just a little bit why it does that. So soluble fiber is found in these types of foods: legumes, vegetables, fruits, berries. It's contained inside of the plant's cell walls. It dissolves in water, and so it forms a gel-like substance in your body, which slows down digestion, thereby reducing the rate of sugar absorption and regulating blood glucose levels. And this is one of the ways in which it helps reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. It nourishes the good bacteria in the colon. The forming a gel-like substance and slowing down digestion is also one of the ways in which colon cancer is reduced and the risk of obesity. Insoluble fiber, also known as roughage or cellulose, is found in these foods: whole grains or bran. The bran of the whole grain is actually where the fiber lives or resides in the grain. Nuts, seeds, and vegetables. Insoluble fiber is contained in the plant's cell walls themselves. It does not dissolve in water. It actually absorbs water and clears the digestive system. It controls acidity and helps to balance the intestinal pH. The clearing the digestive system and the idea that it doesn't dissolve in water, basically clearing through your digestive system, is one of the ways in which insoluble fiber also contributes to reducing the risk of those noted diseases. These two things are not mutually exclusive. They can exist in the same item. In fact, most of these items do contain a bit of the other. So for example, a nectarine. On the inside is soluble fiber, which provides the softer texture, which dissolves in water. And on the outside is insoluble fiber, which provides the structure for the fruit and does not dissolve in water. How much dietary fiber is recommended? This is from the Institute of Medicine for both females and males in terms of grams per day. In the very young years, noted here as months, ND is not determinable. The idea that very young children, babies, don't necessarily have a determined need for fiber. And then it emerges and remains basically the same for females and males until we get to 9 to 13 years, where it splits, and from then on, males require a bit more fiber than females. How much dietary fiber is in some fruits and veggies? And we see here a chart of fruits. Underneath each fruit name is the amount noted. The soluble fiber and the insoluble fiber, and then the total fiber. Perhaps take a look for one of your favorite fruits and see what's going on there. In terms of veggies, this is a cup of cooked veggies. They too are also a significant source of fiber. So fruits and veggies are both very good sources of fiber. How much dietary fiber is in some legumes, nuts, and seeds? Here's a chart of legumes, a cup of cooked legumes, which are all very good sources of fiber. And nuts and seeds also contain elements of fiber. Peanuts are technically a legume, but they're over on the nut chart because that is how most people perceive them, which is no surprise given that nut is in their name. A question for you based on what you've learned so far. How much dietary fiber is in animals and beverages? What do you think? And you are correct. 0. So now you know a little bit more about fiber. So go eat some fruits and veggies, or nuts and legumes and seeds.